And he says, there's my dad. There's my dad. Hmm? We're live. He says, Dad, we're live. He says, Dad, we're live. He says, Dad, we're live. We're live. He says, Dad, I'm a bulldog. You are a bulldog, aren't you? Hmm? You are a bulldog. Yes, you are. He says, Dad, I'm a bulldog. You gonna come over here? Hey, come here. You gonna come over and see your dad? No, you're not. Dad, I'm a bulldog. I got you, didn't I? You said, Dad, I'm a bulldog. Oh, I like it when you crawl from my lap like this. I do. And you said, Dad, I'm on camera. And he says, Dad, I'm on camera. You are on camera, aren't you? See if your friends are going to come in. Let's see if your friends are going to come in. Very well come in. Let's see. Maybe if they see your ugly face. Maybe if they see your ugly face. What do you think? You got one person in here. You got one person. I'm gonna get that phone up. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. Well, get your big old face up here. Get your big old ears. Get your big old ears up here. Let's see who's in here. Let's see. Look at the big old ears. Look at those big old ears. Huh? Look at that. Said, Dad, I got big old ears. You do got big old ears. Let's see. Maybe your buddies came in. Let's see who came in. Let's see who came in. You got two people in here now. You got two people in here now. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, look at you. He says, Dad, I'm a Buddha. He says, Dad, I'm a Buddha. We're just waiting. See if people want an update. Because we told people, we says, we'll give you an update. And then we told people, oh, look at you. Look at you. You're sweet. Oh, look at that. Hi, Cam. Or Karn. Let's see here. Is it Karn or Cam? Hello, how are you? Hello. Nice to meet you all. Thank you for coming in. We're just logging on real quick to give some of the people who are subscribers an update. We got some bad stuff going on over here in the neighborhood. And I live stream usually quite a bit during the week. Hi, Karen. Usually live stream quite a bit during the week. But we've just had some pretty, hey, love to paints. Had some pretty serious stuff going on here in the neighborhood, and it's getting ready to go down, and so just kind of haven't been on in the last few days, and have wanted to stop in and say hi to people. Hello, America Quinones. Yeah, we got a video out there talking about what's going on. I just posted it today about what's taking place here. Some of the threats that we're facing here in the neighborhood. Just different things and the steps that we're having to take. We've got some pretty serious neighborhood bullies that we're dealing with here. I'm trying to get this set up away from the Mastiff. We're dealing with some pretty serious neighborhood bullies, and we've had to finally stand up to them. Well, not we, me. I've had what other dog? Denali? Is that who you're talking about? The golden one? Is that who you're talking about, Karen? She's sitting right over here on my lap. We usually do treats here at night, but I just really wasn't in the mood to do treats tonight. I just wanted to stop on and talk to a couple people who usually are here every night, the moderators. Just kind of give everybody an update as to what's going on and why I haven't been online. because they've been really faithful to the channel and helping out, helping it grow. Love to Paints is usually in here pretty regularly, and so I was just basically on for that. She's sitting right here. That's her. She's right there. But it was more or less me talking to the a tarantula. There you go. It was just me talking to the people who are regulars in the chat, and I just wanted to get them updated because things are about to go nuclear here this week here in town, and it's sad. You know, I've had people in the neighborhood who have let their dogs harass my dogs for the last 2 years. I finally stood up and started taking action to put a stop to it. But people like this, um, people like this, they don't. They don't like. Yeah, this is spirit. People like this don't like to. Well, they're bullies. They don't, they don't like to back down easily. They like to just be able to. Everybody's supposed to let them do what they want to do in the neighborhood with no consequences. And there's a lot of. It's pretty bad, and so or we, basically me. You haven't been able to find me. She hasn't been able to find you. She's been looking for you. Well, if you are subscribed and you have your notifications turned on, it will tell you what. Look at you. You gonna give me keys? You gonna give your daddy keys? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hmm? Big old nose. There you go. There you got your big old tongue. You got the big old tongue. Well, these people are letting their dogs run all over the neighborhood. Their dogs have attacked other people in the neighborhood. They've attacked livestock. They've basically done. The dog charged me a couple times. Um, I didn't. I didn't let the dog intimidate me. He charged at me, and I just walked straight up to him. I've ended up having to use use mace a couple times, which is something I hate being put in the position to do. Um, there's been a lot. I made a video about it, a long form video. If you guys want to go watch it, it's about a 4-minute video. So it's out there on a video. Hi Charlotte. It's gonna be a long week. It's gonna be a long week. It's not that I'm afraid of them myself personally, but I can't. Well, we've just go watch the video if you don't mind. That would be the best. I've tried to sum it up concisely. You know how it is. You gotta be careful what you say because you gotta protect the guilty. The cops have been called. The cops have been called multiple times. I outlined it in the video. Yeah, if y'all could go watch that video, it'd be really helpful. And then I'll update. There's some phone calls I had to make today on a Sunday of all days that are gonna take this thing to the next level. And so this week, well, until this is resolved, we got neighbors next door who want to move out because of this. They're getting ready to sell their house and move because it's that bad. It's that bad. And so, it is what it is. I'm not going to sell my house. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to let people like this intimidate me. I'm just afraid because these are the type of people who would do something to hurt your dogs. They would do that to me. And my dogs really aren't just my own. They aren't just my dogs anymore. I've spent enough time sharing these dogs with the channel. People in this channel, they come in every night. They support this channel. We've had I've had a person who went out and bought a coffee cup, so I've had somebody who's actually bought, merch, one person. I've had a couple people, donate treats and stuff to the channel. So it's not just, and those, I just want to let you all know, those are things that I personally had never planned on doing. Um, People were kind enough to do that. Hi, Debbie. It's good to see you. Um, I was just telling people, Debbie, that Debbie's a moderator for all of you who may not have been in here much before. Um, it's going nuclear, Debbie. I just made a video about it. I'm done. Um, you know that you know I've been done for a while, but I was just go to my channel. Just click on my name right now. Go to the channel. If you click on my name, you go to the channel. The video's right there. It should be the top video that I made, and it'll tell you everything about it. And if you could comment, that would help. Give it a like, the usual things. That way it'll push it into people's feeds so they'll see it. Um, but if it was just me, I would have dealt with this a long time ago. These are just the kind of people who they'd take it out on your animals. They really have no morality, I guess is what you could call it. No ethics, no scruples. And so it's just, I worry about letting my dogs out. I worry about letting my dogs out. I worry about my personal property here, my physical house and everything. Which, the house doesn't even bother me as much as it does the dogs. Especially now that, I've started making YouTube videos with the dogs, and we've had such an amazing time, amazing experience with people here. Oh, there you go, buddy. There you go. With people here on the channel who have come in, they've enjoyed the dogs with me. So, this isn't just about me and two dogs. This is about me and a lifestyle that I've created for myself that's getting ready to turn into a business. When the channel monetizes, if people start to buy merch, if people do super chats, super stickers, things like that, then that means that the channel is going to be monetized. So it will now be a business. And so these dogs are like horses, cattle. They're, for all intents and purposes, kids show dogs at 4-H. They're livestock. They're business assets. And so these people are threatening what will soon be, because I have, I'm gathering monetization and watch time pretty rapidly. These will be business assets. The Yeah, hey, Wild Heart, good to see you. I'm not going to throw the police under the bus on this. That was not ever my intent to put the police or the sheriff's department in a compromising situation. They're the ones who have to be responsible for their actions. I'm not out here to drive a wedge between myself and the sheriff's department. I'm out here to find a solution. And like I said, I made some phone calls today that are going to cause some problems. It's going to make it unfortunately, very dicey for me for the unforeseeable future. But I'm a homeowner. I'm a responsible homeowner. I have a 6-foot fence around my yard to make sure that my dogs are enclosed, that the public doesn't have to worry about my dogs getting out and running around. And these people seem to feel that the whole neighborhood is supposed to suffer just so that they can let their gates open and let their dogs out whenever they want. And there's other issues. I have physical video of the dogs, so I can back that up myself. The dogs on my property, I can back that up. There's other things going on that it would be nice if the sheriff's department would look into it. However, I can't. Edward, what's up, buddy? However, I can't be responsible for what the sheriff's department does or does not look into. I can only be responsible for what happens right here on my property. And, you know, I've been threatened by these people over the last week. Um, I guess any threat has to be taken seriously. But I guess on the threat metrics, the how seriously would I take this threat? Mm, maybe a two. I've always subscribed. There's a guy by the name of Jocko Willink. He's famous. He's a former Navy SEAL, and I subscribe to his philosophy and his way of thinking, which is it doesn't matter how big of a yep, yep, and it's about ready to go nuclear this week, Edward. It's going full on this week. I made phone calls this week that it's it's going down, and I subscribe to Jocko's philosophy. If there's ever a situation that you're in and you can avoid it, run. Run because a situation can unfold in a way that you don't foresee, and it's better to get out of the situation than it is to try and stay there and be the man. Now, if they come onto my property, try to get into my house, try to threaten my animals or so forth, that's when, hi Sharon, that's when it's no longer about running, then it's about defending. And, they've made threats, personal threats towards me across the street in their yard, yelling stuff. These people are probably not completely sober, and I don't think it's alcohol, but I don't know that for sure. I don't know that for sure. They just, their actions indicate. And so, as long as they keep it on their side of the street, they can say whatever they want. They could call me whatever they want, say whatever they want. Doesn't bother me. It's just if you bring it here, if you bring it here on my property, I mean, I believe in hi Joseph. I believe in escalation of force. We were trained about that in the Navy. And I'm not going to use, you know, people say, well, get a gun. I've got disabled people next door. I've got a daycare next door. We have other, look at this guy, he's sleeping. We have other organizations around, and you get out there and you start indiscriminately throwing lead around because you're the big guy. Um, once that bullet leaves the barrel, there's no getting it back. I would rather if if something like that had to transpire, that well, I went out and bought some bear spray today. I got that. Um, I'm getting ready to look at a couple other things. Um, but you know, I would rather use non-lethal force than, like I said, start tossing hi Flint, than start tossing lead around the neighborhood. You know what I mean, Edward? Um, there's other ways of handling this type of stuff. I'll move back from the situation, and I will I'll get inside my residence. They come inside my residence, then we got a different story. Good to see you, Flip. Wild Heart, we appreciate you being here. You know what I'm saying? It's about, if they come on the property. No, I haven't seen her. If they come on the property, I'll move back, and just like the appropriate escalation of force. I've already kind of figured out how I'm going to handle it. I'm just worried about the dogs, Edward. These are the kind of people, they'd come up, they'd toss something over your fence, do something like that. That's the kind of people they are. They have no qualms about that. They're the kind of people who, I have security cams all around the property. Yeah, I'm not losing too much sleep over it, except that I made a couple phone calls today that I basically kicked over the whole hornet's nest. And it's full on. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about these little guys. I'm worried about these little guys. Um, I uh, I can't let them out. I got to go outside with them. Um, I bought them a big backyard so that they could be out in the backyard and just roam and be free and just have a nice time and enjoy themselves and enjoy the property. That's what this was about when I bought this house. And now, I'm stuck inside. So that's all right. Hope everybody else is doing okay. I'm just kind of ready for all this drama to be over, but who knows when it'll happen. Yeah, hey Momox, it's nice to have you in. I'm not sure, I haven't seen you before. I got to give Edward his daily dose of Denali. So I'll do that in a minute, Edward. Let me know if you're getting ready to take off. I'll give you your daily dose of Denali. Um, I've just been kind of sitting here with Spirit, free riffing. Made the video. Pretty much everything I've said in here is in the video. But um, I've thought about that Momox. It's just, man, I have got a massive backyard that's perfect for a couple of big dogs like Spirit and Denali. And it's that one time. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's just people like this who we're dealing with. They burn themselves out. They put themselves in a situation where they're gonna get in trouble. They're gonna do whatever. And I've waited it out for 2 years. Now I may be the one who pushes that, kind of kicks that in the butt, so to speak. But I just got to deal with the fallout until this whole thing works its way through. So it is what it is. But I was just like, you can't let it interrupt your life, Dave. Go out, make the video, and then come back in and hang out with your people. We always hang out with our people, enjoy ourselves. Um, Joseph Cabrera is a pit bull owner. They are. Look at that big old tongue, Joseph. Look at that big old tongue. Joseph, this isn't a pit bull. This is a lazy ass dog. Lazy, lazy, lazy ass dog. Hey, Irish Cream. Oh, you're sounding like Edward Chisholm. That's what Edward says all the time, possumness. Edward, you got yourself a clone in here by the name of Chisholm. We appreciate y'all being here. I made a video on what's going on if you guys want to watch it. That'd be great if you watched it. Help out with some watch time. I haven't been around the last couple nights trying to hit the 3,000 hours. I hate to advertise that stuff too much, but that's really what I'm doing. That's my goal, 3,000 hours of watch time. You know what? What would you, let me know what you guys would all think about this. I may do a giveaway. I tell you what, how about if we do that? I'll set up a little program. There's a little app out there, a little website where you can sign up so that everybody's, taken care of. Nope. He's got a red nose next to him too. There you go. See that? Look. Oh, don't give me that yawn. Don't give me that yawn. What was that? Edward, look at your dog. Look at your dog. How about this? I tell you what, I'll meet you guys halfway. I need that 3,000 hours. It's my goal. More or less a goal more than anything. I need the 3,000 hours. So I tell you what, I'm going to switch companies who's doing the print on demand stuff. If you guys still want that, that's great. If you don't, I totally understand. I set that up. So the t-shirts, the mugs, the hats, that was all set up. I'm switching companies because these guys aren't giving me the level of technical support that I want. So as soon as I switch companies, I tell you what I'll do. So when I hit 3,000 hours of watch time, I will give away, and we'll set this up so you guys can all go sign up for it. I will give away a t-shirt of Spirit, a t-shirt of Denali, a cup, and a hat. 4 items. We will do a drawing. So as soon as we hit 3,000 hours, now you guys can help out with that. What we can do is we can go out, we can scrape the comments. So you guys are going to be getting a pretty nice package. That's like probably $125 worth of merch. You guys get me to 3,000 hours. That means I need you guys to go out there and watch videos. I need you to pump that watch time up. But as soon as that watch time's pumped up, I'll give away that package. I pay for it. I ship it over to you. You pay nothing. And then I tell you what, second and third place winners. Second place will get a couple t-shirts. Third place winner, they'll get a mug. How's that sound? What do y'all think about that? You guys go out, you watch the videos, get me the watch time. Hit up those videos that I got that 20 minutes long with, yeah, there you go. You're doing awesome, Irish Cream. Mo Mox, you gonna help out with the watch time? I need help with the watch time. Do you guys know where to find videos to get the watch time? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out, I'm going to set up a site where what it does is it goes in, you guys go out, you comment on the videos. I'm looking for comments, not comment, but people who are interacting with the video, making intelligent comments. I'll go out, I'll scrape the comments at 3,000 hours, and people who are commenting on the videos will be the ones who will be enrolled for the raffle. It's not about anybody who just signs up. It's about people who interact with the site. And it's going to be those long form videos. I link them in community posts all the time. Long form videos. You guys can watch those long form videos. Hi, Tori. You can comment on those long form videos, and then you will be automatically entered into the drawing. And that drawing will be T-shirt of Spirit, T-shirt of Denali, a cup that has these hats are for sale. Cup that has the hat or has the branding on it. and then you'll get a hat as well. So you're getting a cup, a hat, 2 T-shirts when I hit 3,000 hours of watch time. So I will tell you all exactly how to do 3,000 hours of watch time. There's really not much more that I can do than that. I will tell you how to figure out what a long form is. I'll do a community post. Long forms are not what you're watching right now. Long forms are the wide ones. They're straight across. They're not up and down. You guys, all you have to do is just click on my name in live chat. Go to the channel. There's a bunch of nature videos there. They run 20 minutes. You guys can put them on for an hour or two. That's watch time for me. The more people who get that watch time going, the quicker we get to 3,000 hours. The quicker we get to 3,000 hours, the quicker we have a giveaway. And I tell you what, I'll do even more. I'll get you one even further. As soon as we hit what's up? As soon as we hit 3,000 subscribers, I'll do the same thing. Hi, Rodolfo Erdogan. So who's in on this? Who's in on getting the watch time going? I'd like to get to a point where I'm getting 100 to 150 hours of watch time a night. So we're getting a subscriber push, and I need you guys to hit that hard. Start playing those videos. I know, when I'm on YouTube, I love, watching videos just like you guys do, scrolling through different things of interest. But if you're just, hey, CK, Vancouver, Washington, or Vancouver, hi, Roldoff, we're doing a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway. So, Vancouver, Washington, or Vancouver, Canada. Yeah, what I did is I went up to the, I'm not dancing. Sorry, dude. I went up to the Wood River, Spring Creek here, put Celtic music, country music to the videos. I will link them. Good to see you, Cece. I'm down the road about 10 hours, 12 hours from you, down here in Oregon. So there's Celtic, there's country, there's New Age, dance ho. What? Hey Nicole, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. So, would it help you guys if I made a video on how to get to the playlists? It sounds like some of you don't know how to get to the playlists. If I make a video on how to do that, will that help you out? And if I do that, will you use the will you actually use it? Irish cream, I'm gonna let you deal with that. You lived. I step out on my back porch every day, and Mount Shasta's right there. It's boom, it's right there. When I was growing up, man, I got so used to Mount Shasta, I didn't even recognize it because we'd look out the front window, and it was right there. I'd go look out my bedroom window, Mount McLaughlin. I'd go look out my other window, Crater Lake. So you get so used to it, you know. And then one day I'm driving along and I'm looking at Mount Shasta, and I'm like, that's a really beautiful mountain. That is a really, really beautiful mountain. Well, you know what, Chisholm? Check this out. I have a video out there of Mount Shasta with music to it. Hi, be careful. I have a video out there with music to it. So you can go check that out and enjoy a little Mount Shasta. And I'm going down to do an updated video. I'm going to do an updated video, Chisholm, of Mount Shasta. I'm going to do an updated video with the sunset. So what kind of music do you like, Chisholm? Let me know what kind of music you like, because when I do videos, I also take requests. So if you have a certain kind of music you like, I do usually do country, Celtic, Wild Heart. Do you know how to get to my videos? Well, if you want to see the mountains, Hammy, all you got to do is watch my video, because I got a video out there with Mount McLaughlin in it and a video out there with Shasta in it. Classic rock. Chisholm, we do classic rock in here at night on the live streams. But I don't do classic rock to the nature videos because nobody watches them, because they want to see like the Celtic or stuff like that, something that's a little bit slower. So I don't do I haven't found any classic rock that's really slow that goes with it. I'm looking though. I am looking. So don't think that, you know, it's not something that's on the radar. But yeah, I went up to the, you know where Crater Lake is. I've got bagpipes out there. We do bagpipes at night when we listen to the Celtic live streams. We got bagpipes. Okay. Well, thank you. But you know where Crater Lake is. And I went up to the headwaters of the Wood River, Chisholm, which is right below Crater Lake. It comes right out of Crater Lake, the headwaters of the Wood River. If you look down into it, it looks like it's turquoise. But I got back in there on January 1st. And it's like a stay up here. You're attracting all the beautiful women. It's like a little lagoon, and it's hidden back in the trees. And I got in that lagoon, and it was raining, and it was foggy. And people say that when you look at the video, that it looks like it was taken in Ireland, and it wasn't. It was taken right outside of Crater Lake. But you look down, if you're watching the video, you look down through the video, and it's like it's looking through this gateway of trees. Moxie, the video is out there, man. I tell you what, if you guys are subscribed, I will link the video again in a post. So you guys keep your eye out for community posts. And I will link it so that you guys can go check out that video, because I put Celtic music to it. When I make music videos, I do not use the same song twice. So if you go watch one of my music videos, every single song will be different in the playlist. Guardian Angel, it's good to see you, girl. So I try to do that for people because, I've watched those music videos before where people go out there, and they repeat the same song over and over like every 20, 25 seconds. It's like I got this subscription to a music service called Epidemic Sound, and they have some really, really, really good Celtic music out there. Professional quality, top-notch stuff. Kind of stuff you hear in, you know, stores or whatever. Just good stuff. And so I put it all to these different places where I go and film the scenery. Now, if you go out and watch the video that I made with Denali and Spirit that I just posted, see, at least you're honest. At least you're honest, Kelly, because I will get people who come in here and say, how adorable. And I'll say, well, thank you. And they'll say, no, the dog. So at least I appreciate your honesty. So I enjoy making those videos. I also have videos out there at Mount Shasta, and I'm going to be doing videos from Lake of the Woods of Mount McLaughlin. And then I'll probably take the dogs up and we'll go do Mount Thielsen as well. So I know at Haunt Chisholm, I try to be, you guys take it from Edward. The videos turned out good. The videos were done with a 4K Samsung Ultra 25 phone. I personally, I'm a pretty hard critic of myself when it comes to stuff that I put out. Janet, hello. Janet, we're getting ready to I'm going to have to make a post on the content, which, Janet, you're good. You and Edward, you guys are good. I make these long form videos, Janet. The scenery and stuff like that. There's a contest. 3,000 subscribers. I have 1,500. 3,000 watch hours. I have 1,600. Thank you, Momox. Thank you. You're beautiful. I need 1,500 of each. When I hit 3,000 subscribers, there will be a giveaway. When I hit 3,000 watch hours, there will be a giveaway, Janet. Listen to the giveaway. The giveaway is going to be a t-shirt of Spirit, a t-shirt of Denali. There's going to be a coffee cup with this brand on it, and then there'll be a hat with this brand on it. Now, I'm going to do on the, hello, Angelique. Now, here's what's going to be on the t-shirts, so you all know. There will be a picture of Spirit and a picture of Denali on the front. There will be a badge, Backroad Vet badge on this sleeve. There will be, I know, Edward. I know, I'm just a goal setter. You did tell me I'm just a goal setter. I push it hard. And then there's going to be an American flag on this shirt or on this sleeve. But there's going to be something very unique on the back. If you're an American, you will love it. It's very patriotic. It will be on the back. So, do you guys want me to wait for 3,000 hours to release the t-shirts, or do you guys want me to release them now? Because they're still going to be part of the giveaway at 3,000 hours. I'm pushing hard, Edward. I'm pushing hard, buddy. I'm pushing hard. I'm pushing hard. All right, so that'll be the that'll be the big goal, Edward. Edward, everybody's saying I gotta wait. I gotta wait. You can go get a hat, Edward. You can go get a hat. I push hard, man. I tell you what, Edward. You don't know too many people who want to go to Iraq. I decided back in 2008 I wanted to go to Iraq, and I told my family, there's no way you're going to get to Iraq. A month later, I was in Iraq. All right, Moxie, there we go. Something to work for. Something to work for. Look at this big old thing down here. Big old thing down here. Look at that. Look at that. Hi, Rose. I got me a goal. All right. Do you guys want me to keep you updated every day on how the goal is going? You guys want me to keep you updated? I can make a daily short. You guys can get in on the short. I gotta take the camera over and show Edward Denali, or else he's gonna have. I get afraid. I get afraid for Edward if he doesn't get his daily Denali and his daily spirit. I get worried. You know, his Edward's getting older now. He is. I know Edward's getting older. He's about my age, and kind of worried about his health and comfort. We don't want him to have a little heart attack or something, a little stroke. So we got to keep his blood pressure down. So you guys want a daily short? Yeah, you're as old as I am, Edward. You guys want a daily short, and the daily short will show how many subscribers, how many watch hours we got. And that way, I think it'll be kind of cool when we hit monetization. The t-shirts will be ready. The mugs are already ready. The hat's ready. But I tell you what I'll do. I'll pull all those. 35, you're 35. I will pull them. I will take them down off the store so nobody can buy them. Yeah, I just gotta get people to understand. They just gotta watch, because she's coming, Edward. The t-shirts will be to anybody who's a subscriber, or the prize for subscribers will be anybody. The watch time will be people who have commented on the long form videos, not just great video or anything like that. You got to put a sentence or two, make it look halfway intelligent. So you're gonna have to get out your keyboard, Edward. You're gonna have to get out your keyboard. What was that? We got to get out of here. I got to show Edward Denali, and then we're gonna go. I'll put the chill stream on in a little bit. Put the chill stream on. Let's get the camera switched for Edward. There you go, Edward. Oh my gosh, look at that. Denali, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Sapphire Onyx. That's a beautiful name. Look at that. There you are, Edward. There you are. Oh, look at that. There she is, Edward. There she is. How's that picture? Is that good for you, Edward? Are you okay with that picture? Are you going to be okay with that? Your blood pressure down now? Is your blood pressure down, Edward? Well, if you guys come back in, Momox, Sapphire, if you guys come back in a little bit, I'll have the chill stream on and the dogs are on camera. The dogs are sleeping. We're listening to music. It's a pretty cool chill stream. Wild Heart's been here before. It's good to see you, Wild Heart. I got your post yesterday. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So I'll log off here and I'll see you all on the chill stream in a little bit. Edward, I know you're working hard. Don't work too hard, Edward. You know what I mean. Stay, Edward, you're 59. Just keep the pace. Keep the pace. Keep the pace, Edward. Moxie, if you're new here, you're going to see a lot of Denali. She got some good videos out there. We'll see y'all later.